Hello and welcome back to somebody on the Wrestlers Bay and to the Royal Rumble out of 10. And what a crazy show last night was. 2 Royal Rumble matches, it finally happening in the main event, and yeah, lots more drama in there. There's the pitch black match, yeah, there was lots going on basically, but let's start off the show with the Bloodline, and on the kickoff show, and Roman Reigns asked Sami Zayn why he disobeyed his orders on SmackDown. Jey Uso stepped up and said that he asked Sami Zayn after Adam Pearce kicked the Usos out the ring, and Roman said he wants to focus on today's show and he wanted the Usos to stay backstage and Sami to be at ringside with him at the Royal Rumble, and yeah, it was always going to happen. Confrontation, it didn't seem to lead to too much, but obviously we know what happens later down the line, and it did lead to rather a lot. So just a subtle little detail there to kick off the pre-show. Really interesting one, yeah. Pat McAfee was then out and making his return to WWE on commentary. So good to see this. We've missed Pat, but it's been great. But yeah, I'm so happy Pat's back, and that was a great show. Great start to the main card. And yeah, the first match was the Royal Rumble match. Gunther was number 1 and Sheamus was number 2. And as you can imagine, they had big contest before The Miz came in at number 3, followed by Kofi Kingston at 4, and Johnny Gargano making his return at 5. Great to see that. Sheamus eliminated The Miz early on before Xavier Woods joined the match. Karrion Kross and Chad Gables was 7 and 8, followed by Drew McIntyre at 9. Drew eliminated Kross before Santos Escobar came in at 10. Angelo Dawkins was next in, followed by Brock Lesnar at 12. Lesnar eliminated lots of people, Escobar, Dawkins and Gable right away before Bobby Lashley joined the match, and Lashley eliminated Lesnar before Corbin made his way out, only to eat an F5. And yeah, Lashley eliminated Lesnar was a great spot. There was a little thing between Gunther and Lesnar as well. I'd love to see that match at WrestleMania. It seems like they're going in Lashley. Maybe they could do that at Chamber and have the Lesnar match the Gunther match, at Mania. I'd love to see that. But either way, I'm not that bothered because both of them are just going to be great, aren't they? But anyway, Baron Corbin made his way out, only to eat an F5 from Lesnar at ringside. And Seth Rollins was next in and eliminated Corbin pretty quickly before Otis joined the match as well. Rey Mysterio was next but didn't make his way out while Seth Rollins eliminated Bobby Lashley. And I guess that's kind of going to be Dominic, the starting ground for their inevitable WrestleMania matches. He was next in at 18 and came out wearing one of Rey's masks. Surprise, surprise. Otis was eliminated next while Elias joined the ring, and he smashed his guitar on Gunther before Drew and Sheamus eliminated him. Short but sweet by Elias. And yeah, poor guy. But Finn Balor came in at 20 and helped Dom eliminate Gargano. Big scalp for the Judgment Day, but Booker T returned at 21. Did not see that coming, but yeah, definitely a surprise elimination, and I was very happy to see that. But Gunther eliminated quickly after Legend hit the spinner Rooney, which was nice to see. But Damian Priest was in next, followed by Montez Ford, who eliminated shortly after by Damien. Edge made his return at 24, a return I was more expecting to see. Hit a spear on Dom before eliminating both Priest and Balor. Kind of continuing the Judgment Day feud. It sounds like we're going to get Hell in a Cell between him and Balor soon, which is going to be great. Balor and Priest then got back up on the apron and helped Dominic drag Edge out of the ring and eliminate him. Obviously continue that storyline. Theory was next in before Edge continued to fight the Judgment Day at ringside. Rhea Ripley and Beth Phoenix showed up, and the latter got a spear in before Omos joined the ring. How on earth are you going to get Omos over? Omos got some big moves in the ring before Braun Strowman came in and eliminating him. Big scalp for Strowman before Ricochet was in at 28 before Drew and Sheamus almost eliminated Strowman, but Gunther eliminated Drew and Sheamus before Logan Paul came back at 29. All the superstars in the ring went after Paul and tried to take him out, but he fought his way back into the middle of the ring. Cody Rhodes was of course the last one out in number 30 and got the Cody Cutter in the Crossroads before eliminating Dominic. Strowman was eliminated by Rhodes before Theory did the same to Ricochet. Seth Rollins and Cody eliminated Theory, and it was only Gunther, Rhodes and Rollins left in the ring. Cody and Rollins teamed up against Gunther before Logan Paul returned since he wasn't eliminated yet, and he eliminated Rollins. Huge scalp for Paul. And Cody eliminated Logan before it was only Gunther and Rhodes left. Gunther went after Cody's injured pecs before they both climbed up to the corner, and Gunther took him down in the ring. Cody got the Cody Cutter before Gunther got powerbomb. Cody then got the Crossroads before eliminating Gunther to win the Royal Rumble, and Cody Rhodes is going to WrestleMania. And yeah, on the whole, this gets an 8 out of 10 from me. This was so much better than last year's Royal Rumble. By a country mile was it better. Yeah, just such a good match. The only kind of like scalp I had with it was, 27 entrants I think announced before. The surprises were good, but it's the point of the Royal Rumble to have more surprises. But just on the match itself, it was so good. Gunther being the Iron Man, that Logan Paul Ricochet spot, by the way, was incredible. Built up multiple storylines throughout the show. Just such a good match. And Cody Rhodes winning on his return. You love to see it. I mean, I would have loved for it to be Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Who knows? They may split the nights, and still may be. But yeah, I mean, like with everything happening in that order, I guess it kind of had to be Cody. But yeah, with Sami Zayn, I kind of wish it was him. But at the same time, Cody's return has just been so good. You can't possibly be unhappy with him winning. Just a brilliant way to kick off the show. This year's Royal Rumble compared to last year's, 10 times better. 8 out of 10 from me. We then got the man in dual pitch black match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. The light went out after the bell was rung, and there was black lights or UV lights, and it was rather hard to see as the match kicked off, to be honest. Wyatt was outside and early on and cleared the announce success before Knight countered the drop and sent Wyatt through as UV reactive paint spilled out from the inside from the desk. Knight got a kendo stick and beat Wyatt with it before taking Sister Abigail. Wyatt then went for the quick pin and picked up the win. Wyatt went after Knight post-match, but Knight tried to run and defend himself with a kendo stick before Wyatt got the man-in-all claw on the ramp and took Knight down before Uncle Howdy showed up on Legend, hit a dive on Knight through the stage before the place splayed into flames. And yeah, I have to say this is very weird. Potentially Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy, that's the direction we're going. They're getting closer and closer, and I guess that's the next storyline. But yeah, for me, the pitch black match, I kind of have to say it was underwhelming, to be honest. It didn't do much for LA Knight, which I was really hoping it would do. And yeah, I mean, it kind of just felt like an exercise for WWE to advertise Mountain Dew's stuff. And yeah, it just felt like it, for me, it didn't really live up for its potential. But, you know, I am really excited to see where the Bray Wyatt Uncle Howdy goes. It was a spectacular spectacle, really, seeing all the flames and everything like that. But, you know, I just feel like it could have done a bit more for Knight. But it was by no means bad for a pay-per-view. But after, I think, kind of just coming off the high of the Royal Rumble, that kind of let it down as well. But, you know, good win for Bray Wyatt. He's definitely more over from this, but just didn't do much for LA Knight. And for me, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know, I was kind of a bit underwhelmed by the whole stipulation. But on the whole, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Wasn't terrible. Next up was Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble. Belair took Bliss into the corner for a beatdown, but the latter locked in a bow and arrow submission in the middle of the ring. Bianca broke out and got a suplex before trying for a moonsault, but Alexa got a news up. Bianca went for a second moonsault and got at it before Bliss blocked the KOD. Alexa then blocked her powerbomb and reversed it into a DDT for a near fall. Bianca came back in with a KOD and picked up the easy win. An Uncle Howdy Bray Wyatt video played after match asking if Alexa felt in charge, and Bliss looked scared as the show moved on. So I guess they're going to try and pass up Alexa Bliss's, well, let's face it, awful performance here in kayfabe, not in real life. Because Bianca Belair just dominated with, you know, Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy getting his death, and then it's what she's going to do next. But, you know, it made Bianca look good. She looks like a star now going into WrestleMania season. Not that she didn't already, but even more so. A great win for her. And Alexa Bliss, I think they can try and explain it away. And it will probably work as well. So on the whole, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. Good match. And really put Bianca over here, which I guess is kind of what it intends to do, as well as move the Alexa storyline along. It was then time for the Women's Royal Rumble match. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan were the first ones in, and Dana Brooke returned at number 3. Dana got in a suplex on Liv before Emma came in at 4, followed by Baszler at 5. Bayley was in at 6, followed by B-Fab at 7. Ripley eliminated B-Fab right away before the NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez came out at number 8. Great to see her in the match. Dakota Kai and Io Sky were 9 and 10, and Damage Control eliminated Dana Brooke, Roxanne Perez and Emma. Would have liked seeing Roxanne for a bit more, but, you know, good to see Damage Control going on kind of an elimination spree. Natalya made her return at 11, and Candice LeRae was in at 12, while Damage Control eliminated Shayna and Natalya. A bit surprised that Shayna went so early, but, you know, Damage Control continuing their killing streak. Zoe Stark from NXT came in at 13, and Jali was 14. Candice LeRae was eliminated before Becky Lynch came in at 15, and Becky fought aced off with Damage Control at ringside before Tegan Nox entered at number 16. Asuka returned at 17 and eliminated Tegan Nox before Piper Niven, formerly Doudrop, she's back Piper Niven, Hallelujah was in at 18. Tamina came in at 19 before Chelsea Green was 20, and she was sent away, setting a new record for the Women's Royal Rumble. Not really the return I had in mind for Chelsea Green. Yeah, this was very surprising. Clearly that means that they don't have a lot for her unless it goes into a storyline. Now she's officially back. But Becky came back and then eliminated Io and Dakota before Bayley eliminated Becky. Which, yeah, it's a bit of a surprise that Becky went so early, but it's continuing their feud clearly, and hopefully we get the cage match that we were kind of robbed of on Raw this past week. But Liv Morgan eliminated Bayley, and a brawl kicked off at ringside between Damage Control and Lynch. Zelina Vega came in dressed as Yuri from Street Fighter and eliminated Jali before Raquel Rodriguez entered at 22, followed by Meechin at 23. Lacey Evans was next in at 24, followed by Michelle McCall at 25, who came in from the crowd. But yeah, bit of a unique entrance. McCall eliminated Tamina before Indy Hartwell from NXT was in at 26. 26. Sonya was in at 27 and eliminated Zoe Stark before Lacey Evans eliminated Zelina Vega. Before Shotzi was in at 28 and DeVille eliminated Indy Hartwell. Nikki Cross came in at 29, followed by the return of Nia Jax at number 30. And yeah, I mean, given she was back at number 30 and she got this massive reception, kind of dominated people afterwards, I guess Nia Jax is back full time, which I have to say is a bit of a surprise. But anyway, like I say, all the superstars went after Nia before she took them all down and faced off with Raquel Rodriguez. Ripley got a riptide on Jax before the crowd eliminated Jax together. Raquel eliminated Lacey before Asuka thought her in an armbar. DeVille and McCall were eliminated, followed by Shotzi and Meechin. Rodriguez eliminated Piper Niven before Rhea eliminated Raquel. Cross was eliminated before Asuka got the remix on Liv, and Asuka was eliminated and Rhea and Liv remained. Ripley sent Liv off the apron and picked up the win all the way from the number 1 entry. And yeah, talk about a way to put Rhea Ripley over. That certainly was it. Huge for her. And yeah, so pleased that she's getting the push she deserves. I guess it will be Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania, and that's going to be an absolutely brilliant match. I can already tell from now. Can't wait for that already. And yeah, on the whole, this was a really good Royal Rumble match. Asuka coming back with a new persona was great. And you know, Piper Niven's back, so happy about that. There's some weird decisions in there, I have to say. Chelsea Green coming in and being eliminated straight away. Nia Jax being number 30 was definitely surprising. Some early eliminations in there like Becky and that. But on the whole, it furthers the storylines like the men's Royal Rumble earlier. Did a decent job of doing that, I would say. Asuka coming back was so cool. With kind of like alter ego, and Rhea Ripley winning as well. I'm really happy about that. Didn't get many legends, which I was kind of surprised about. Maybe would have utilised some more NXT people like Cora Jade. People like her have been really impressive on NXT and maybe deserve the spotlight. But on the whole, I thought it was a really solid Royal Rumble match, and we remember Rhea Ripley winning from number 1. And I think if it wasn't already, that's kind of the making of Rhea Ripley. So it gets an 8 out of 10 from me. And then after that, it was main event time. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed Universal Championship. Owens got a takedown and hit the senton early on before Reigns fled the ring. Owens followed him and sent him into the barricades. Back in the ring, Roman got a Uranagi before setting him up on the ropes for a drive-by. Roman got a big powerbomb before KO dodged the Superman punch. Reigns got it on the second try before missing the spear. Owens got the swanton bomb for a near fall before Roman dodged the moonsault and got the spear. KO tried for a stunner, but Roman pushed him to the referee, taking the official out. Owens got a powerbomb and would have gotten the win, but the ref was down. KO then took a low blow before Roman asked Sammy for a chair. Sammy hesitated but followed through this time, but delay let KO hit a stunner for a near fall, and that's where you really started thinking, oh, it's going to happen. Reigns got the spear before KO left the ring and Sammy told him to stay down. Reigns speared KO through the barricades before smashing his head on the steel steps twice. Back in the ring, Reigns got another spear, picking up the win. After the match, Reigns asked the Usos to beat down Owens, and they did so and hit the 1D before getting a chair and setting it up around KO's neck. Solo Sikoa hit a hip attack, and Usos hit super kicks after handcuffing KO to the ropes. And yeah, at this point I was like, who's going to come out? Is Sami Zayn going to turn on them? At that point I thought maybe he won't. And it may go down later on, but I thought, who's going to come out? Could it even be The Rock? Could it be Cody Rhodes? But no, it did turn out to be Sami Zayn turning on the Bloodline, as Roman was about to hit KO with a chair, but Sami stopped him. Roman handed the chair to Sami and asked him to hit KO before Zayn hit Roman instead from behind after so much tension. Jimmy and Solo beat Zayn down, but Jay was in tears and walked away from the ring. Reigns, Jimmy and Solo beat Zayn down and left him in the ring as Royal Rumble came to a close. And yeah, this was so brilliant. This gets a 10 out of 10 from me. The match was bloody great. Of course it was between Roman and Kevin Owens, but that wasn't it at all. Yeah, it was a great match. Could have gone a bit longer. It had the usual spots in it with the ref down. KO would have won and all of that. But forget that. As good as it was all about the segment after. It was just so good. The tension of who's going to come out. Oh wait, no one's going to save Kevin Owens. And then you could tell it was coming. Sami Zayn so hesitant throughout the match with the chair spot. That all tied into it earlier on in the night on the kickoff show. And then yeah, eventually, just as Roman's going to do it, he stopped it, and then Roman asking Sami to do it, he hesitated, and as soon as Roman wasn't looking, bang, Shield flashback, And yeah, it's just so good. And to cap it off at the end, Jay, the one man who was against Sammy all of this time, has now come full circle and is with Sammy. What's going to happen to him? Will he possibly even go with Sammy? What does it mean for the tag titles? Yeah, just so good. I don't know if we're going to get this title match at Elimination Chamber in Sammy's hometown. You'd think so. But also, I'd love to see it at WrestleMania 2 because this is the best storyline WWE have done in years. The best ending WWE have done in years. This was just so bloody incredible. 10 out of 10 from me. I can't possibly give it anything else. Just exceptional TV. Overall, the 2023 Royal Rumble gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Yeah, on the whole, the show was really good across the board. It was all about the ending for me, though. That was just one of the most incredible bits of wrestling I've seen in a long time. It finally happened, and I'm so excited to see where it goes next. But on the whole, the 2 Royal Rumbles were really solid. Both be remembered in their own different ways, I suppose. But on the whole, I would say both were solid and a marked improvement on last year. And then you had the pitchback match. For me, personally, wasn't my thing, but I guess some out there enjoyed it. Bianca v Alexa as well was a bit hit and miss, but yeah, on the whole, just a really good really good show on the whole. The 3 big matches kind of delivered, and that's what the show will be remembered for. A great pay-per-view. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. To like, share, subscribe, don't thoughts, comments down below. Follow us for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.